All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video we have big fights coming up this weekend, and we get an update on what's going to take place as far as a rematch with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. This came out in an interview with Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, and Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez, or I didn't see Jose Ramirez in the interview, but another interview that Devin Haney did on Ring Magazine. Very, very interesting stuff for guys, in my opinion, that are, other than Ryan Garcia, are looking at the tail end of, their careers. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division, where news has come out about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. In some interviews that took place ahead of this Fatal Fury fight card in New York City that I have to tell you might be one of the dumbest fight cards I've ever seen. Like, they did well with naming the fights and the fighters, but everything else around that thing is a screw job. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But it is what it is. In this video, though, we're going to talk about what's going to take place next after this fight. So what did Ryan Garcia say? Ryan Garcia is in a meeting, in a interview with Rolly Romero. They're talking back and forth about who's going to win the fight, right? And Rolly said basically that it doesn't matter what's going to happen in the fight between Rolly and Ryan, that Devin Haney is going to be fighting Ryan Garcia next no matter what. So if Devin loses and Ryan wins, Ryan is still going to fight Devin, and Devin's going to fight Ryan. If Devin wins and Ryan loses, that rematch is still going to happen at 147 pounds again. So here's my take on this. First of all, I don't like this what's going on with this card coming up this Saturday. Just to tell you very briefly, it's one of the dumbest ideas that I think I've heard. The only dumber idea was one that they passed up on to do this one. This fight is going to be in Times Square. If you've not been to New York City, Times Square is in the middle of Manhattan, and it is a big business area where one of the most famous things that occur there is that every New Year's, there's a ball that drops in New Year's Eve in Times Square. Times Square is packed with people. It's a really big thing, right? So that is one of the reasons that Times Square is iconic. However, it's not somewhere that you should be having boxing matches. Number one, it shouldn't be having boxing matches there because the city of New York didn't allow them to sell tickets. The only thing that they could do is basically have a block party. So when Ryan Garcia was talking about his worries, his concerns about the fight coming up, Ryan Garcia was like, yeah, it's really weird. Number one, I don't like fighting outside, but hey, no big deal. We're fighting outside. It's the same people have the same problems that I have. So the fact that it's outside isn't a disadvantage. He also says that he doesn't like the fact that it's not a tightly compact crowd. So what happens if somebody throws something in the ring? And then also you have another issue called the weather and the fact that rain is forecasted that day in New York City, in Manhattan. Now it's a lower level of chance of rain, but it's still there. So people do all of this stuff, right? And you can wind up having a fight canceled or the people that are there completely screwed over because they got to sit there in the rain. That's why you have very, very important boxing matches inside. That's typically what you do, or you make sure that you know for sure that it's going to happen on a date where there's not rain forecasted for it. Anyway, though, I'm sure the fight will be fun and it'll be interesting. I'm going to actually buy the fight. I'm not going to be buying the Canelo Alvarez versus Skull package, but I will buy that particular card. However, again, this is a prelude to another fight that's going to take place, which is the rematch of Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. My personal opinion is that the same thing is going to happen to Devin Haney in the second fight that happened in the first fight. And the reason that I say that is that Ryan Garcia in the prep for this fight with Rolly Romero looks like a completely different person. He looks like he's in shape. His mind looks very, very centered. It's not like he's going through a lot of different stuff in his personal life. He also brought Derek James back into the camp, so he has consistency with the last, as far as the trainer that was with him for the last two fights. Devin Haney, on the other hand, is clutching at straws, bringing in. Not that Shane Mosley isn't a very, very knowledgeable boxing person. I'm a huge fan of Shane Mosley. Changes where his training camps are. Took a whole year off. Pretty much is jumping straight from the frying pan by doing something that he said he was never gonna do, which was have a catch weight. And let me bring that up as well. Another bit of information that came out in this fight, in these interviews, is that the person that asked for the catch weight, was not Jose Ramirez. The person that asked for the catch weight was Devin Haney. This is the Devin Haney that swore up and down that he was never going to fight at a catch weight. He didn't need catch weights, all of that stuff. But right after he gets beat by Ryan, and he comes back with a fight at a catch weight so he can gradually move his way up to 147 pounds, and said that the fight with Ryan Garcia is going to be at a full 147 pounds. Man, Ryan Garcia at a full 147 pounds may decapitate Devin Haney. Now, there's other people that say, no, Devin Haney will beat Ryan Garcia 9 out of 10 times. Okay, if you say that, I guess since the fight got overturned and it's now a no contest, I guess you owe Ryan Garcia another chance to whoop him. Anyway, I don't like how Devin looks. I don't think Devin's going to have a lot of confidence going in with Ryan Garcia. As far as the Jose Ramirez fight, I wish him the best. I certainly hope that he gets the win against Jose Ramirez. I did listen to what Robert Garcia was talking about as he was preparing for that fight with Jose Ramirez. And, he's got a very, very good camp, very, very good camp, very, very solid group of coaches that absolutely positively know how to fight that style that Devin Haney fights in, because that is, what you call the classic Black American fight style. Always said this: if you are not 100% on your game and you are not an A+ level fighter fighting in that style, that you can get a B level or a very good level Mexican that will beat you because of the amount of pressure that he puts on you and the fact that that the referees are going to be scoring those points. But we'll see what happens, man. At the end of the day, I'm excited about it. I'm glad we're getting these fights. I think the whole idea about the three kings, having three of the three kings on the same card, but two of those kings on undercards, it just tells you about all that nonsense they were talking about before when Lomachenko, Devin, Shakur, not before Shakur was there, but Ryan was there, Teofimo was there, Devin was there, and Gervonta was there. You just know now that whole era of the kings, that stuff is done. Hopefully, though, we'll get to see all these guys mixed and matched up. But look, 18 months left with Turkey. We'll see what he does as far as that goes. But look, man, I'm not a big fan of this card. I'm just not a big fan of the card because I don't like the way they went about doing it. You basically cut out of a lot of American fight fans in New York and those areas that could have enjoyed a good fight in a good evening, sat down, watched some TV, all to play this I don't know, big ego boost video game called Life that Turkey Al-Sheikh is playing. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.